the photo that Logan finds in Iraq shows a very sort of happy young woman, quite different to the person who Logan then meets at the kennels. Where is Beth Green in her life when we first meet her in the film?
She has just come out of experiencing a tremendous amount of loss and is dealing with huge obstacles in her life. She's a single working mom, and essentially she's doing manual labor for a living when we meet her. And she has a lot of guards up, and she is really, really resigned to perhaps not finding love. So she's not the happiest of campers when we meet Beth. And through her relationship with Logan, we were able to watch her soften a little bit and reclaim the self that we saw in the picture. She's able to find that woman again through Logan.
And tell us about just that photograph being taken. Did Scott Hicks take the photograph when?
He did. I haven't been asked that question. That's such a good question. Yeah, it was like the first day of work. We were out on a boat, and there were wind fans and hair and makeup, and we took the picture. Yeah, and he was very specific about having the right image.
And he's a photographer, of course, as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Brilliant.
But I'm always interested in a house if you see sort of photographs around when they might have been taken and that kind of thing. So, and obviously Beth is guarded. She's been badly burnt by a relationship in the past. So how does she initially welcome Logan into her life?
Well, I think that she doesn't welcome him in. She keeps him at bay as much as she can. And it's interesting because it's like, here's a cute looking Marine, Beth, come on. But she's really... The woman that we're introduced to in this film has really intense internal barriers up to allowing herself to trust again. She's really been hurt. So that's the woman that is meeting this man, and so she cannot let him in, and he really has to work hard.
And it's quite a departure from what we've seen on screen from Zac Efron before, isn't it?
For sure.
How impressed were you by the way that he took the role with sort of both hands, and what did you enjoy about working with him particularly?
Absolutely. I mean, I was so impressed with his work ethic and his determination to embody this character to the very best of his ability. I mean, from physically, on every single level. And he is such a down-to-earth guy, and I think we both take the work very seriously, and he likes to have fun, and that's a pleasure to be around as well.
And there's some lighter moments in the film as well, aren't there? I mean, it is a romantic drama, but people will have seen from the trailer the moment when you're washing up, but you get a little bit distracted by Zach's physique and his lovely arms.
Yeah, just a little distracted. Couldn't quite keep my mouth shut. Yeah.
And I love Beth's relationship with her grandmother Ellie.
Yeah.
I think we could all do with one of those in our lives, couldn't we?
Absolutely.
What are the dynamics?
How wonderful is Blythe Tanner?
What are the dynamics sort of between the two of them, and what did you enjoy about working with Blythe?
I have admired Blythe for so long, and she is. I mean, it was unreal to work with her. Really, I mean, she's amazing. She kind of is. To be careful. She sort of is like Ellie. She's like a little bit of an Ellie in my life. But I think that's the person who can, I think Beth can be very serious and can get very internal and taken with herself, and her grandmother is the one who can say, get over yourself. Give it a break. Don't take yourself so seriously. And I think, we probably all need that. I know I need that in my life.
She's got a great philosophy, hasn't she, about appreciating the memories that we have and don't worry too much about the ones we didn't get to have. I like that.
Beautiful. Yes, to kind of accept things the way that they are and then live in the moment, which is it.
And your character, Beth, obviously helps run the kennels, so that means you had to get to know a few of the canine co-stars very well. And how challenging was it to run with, was it about 5 dogs at one point?
It's funny you should ask, because there's not one take. We did not get one full take of me being able to stay on my feet with those 5 dogs. So everything you see in that movie, I was watching it and I was like, oh my God, everything is just a cut. Because as soon as probably the camera stopped rolling, I bit the dust. I mean, I was, for this entire process of filming, covered in bruises because I was trying to, in an uncoordinated fashion, run with 5 dogs. So
Zach had his scenes as a Marine in the Iraq.
And I had 5 dogs. I had my work cut out for me too.
And the title of the film obviously makes us all question whether we believe in fate. And your character has a line, does life have a plan for us? It's, not a usual sort of junket question, but what's your own take on destiny?
I really believe that there's a guiding force in my life, and that sort of the amount of luck I experience in my life is sort of in direct proportion to the amount of courage I can bring to my life. That it's kind of like the more I can kind of risk and do what scares me, the more lucky I am. So there are those, but it's sort of taken care of. I definitely believe in it. This isn't all me. Being here talking to you in this hotel room, it's beautiful.
And any lucky charms, such as the photograph in the movie, that you've ever carried with you at any point or held on to?
That's such a good question. I'm trying to. There are little things I carry, but I think it changes all the time. Sometimes I think like a script will become my lucky charm. Like I don't want to let it go. Like there are times when I sleep with my scripts under my pillow, more often than I care to admit. Yeah, I don't know, stuff like that.
And your director, Scott Hicks, brought us the wonderful Shine, and more recently, The Boys Are Back. I like the way that he shows us quite contained emotions, and I think it sort of makes it all the more sort of moving for that.
Yeah. I think he has a beautiful eye, and it was such an honor to work with someone that I had so much respect for. He really has you can really trust. I felt I could trust him when he said that he had it.
Important for this kind of material where it's quite raw, really. It's quite raw at times, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And did you go back to the original source material, to Nicholas Sparks' novel? And if so, what kind of additional insight did that give you into Beth?
I did go back, and it was really so interesting to have that experience of being able to get so detailed. I mean, he'd written what she had to drink that morning, you know what I mean? Or what she ate for breakfast, it's interesting because it's all done for you. So sometimes I would go back, but a lot of it was just sort of trying to take it from the script.
Taylor Schilling, great meeting you, and all the best with The Lucky One.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.